an OF, but who knows? It's 2025. No one knows what's happening behind those closed doors.
I understand.
Yeah, only if you're open-minded, we can talk more. But if you want to keep everything the way it
We
is,
have time to think and talk about not only just the grading, so
Yeah.
And so Larry's saying, look, if you're open-minded, we can talk off camera. Make it happen. They're still going.
you have more calories than most guys in the open stage. Already 10,000.
Remember, Mike Israel is going to say that if he trained like Mike, he would have at least 2 more inches on his arms. But as you can see, 26 inches is enough. And so even though training like Mr. Mike from Renaissance Periodation, even though that would help him to grow at least 2 inch bigger arms, and I'm being sarcastic, insert Dr. Porter.
Thanks for watching.
He's still going to train like this because this is how he likes to train, and how you like to train, as long as you're training harder than last time, that's how you build muscle.
when we was in middle school, we trained -54.
Minus.
Yes,
So did you train in coats?
-34.
Outside.
Yeah, but it's about 2 minutes now. Is the time that we go like this.
That's hardcore, man. That's hardcore.
Back in his day, they used to train in -34, and they could walk 10 miles to school, there and back each way, uphill with a headwind in both directions. It was hard. Way harder than last time.
I stopped training fast only once a week, and this is not more. But when I training every day, I don't know why. Only with the weight I stand home and 30-40 minutes I do no stop.
30-40 minutes.
No stop.
And so Smile's saying, look, when I used to train my calves twice a week, they were 59 centimeters without a pump. That's almost 24 inches. Now that I'm training them once a week, they're significantly smaller. And so that is science-based lifting. He's saying I did this, they were this size, now I'm doing that, and they're this size. But I'm not focusing on my calves right now. They're big enough. Right now, I want to have the biggest arms in the world. And so this is actual science-based lifting. Not reading a study with a bunch of soccer moms and quoting what they did for 8 weeks while misusing statistical analysis in order to prove whatever you're saying. Guys, you have no ideas how bad the misuse of statistical analysis actually is. If you understood statistics, remember you have to go and get a degree and masters and so on exactly how you can manipulate science to bend towards what you want. They do whatever they want when they do these studies. Companies will fund studies and they will literally pay off the statistician to use the statistics that they want in order to prove whatever they're saying. The study wasn't good enough, let's just throw that one away. We won't publish this one. Let's do it again, or better yet, let's repeat it 10 times and post the most impressive results. Have you ever thought of that? And so the next time you see that science says something, please be careful.
For body weight, you can do back squats and rows. For push-ups, if it's too easy for you, you can do it with light on the back.
I saw you in the video with 2 guys push-ups.
Yes, it's what my friend Forrest in the training. He take 1 guy, I take 2.
Did he just say that he took 1 guy and then he took 2 in the woods? Man, this training is next level. 10 more sets of banging your forehead on the bar.
For example, today we do 40 or 500 hammer curls on the car. And for example, like this, 4 or 500 dips. And that's all workout.
And so they've done 400 to 500 reps for the biceps and 400 to 500 reps for the triceps. They're not even counting how many sets they're doing, they're literally counting reps. And so remember, just because science says something, it doesn't mean it has to be true.
Me, I get it bad in my skull.
No,
Very bad. Where every morning there's blood in the build up, I eat that. Especially if I have a high sugar diet.
And so Larry says if he has a high sugar diet, he bleeds from his forehead onto his pillow while he sleeps. And so where's the science on that? You know, Larry knows this for his body. Myself, I can eat as much sugar as I want and I don't bleed from my forehead. But for Larry, that is how it affects him. And so just because some study says you can or cannot eat sugar, need it to be true.
My arms have never been tighter. I don't know how many thousands of reps we did, but sure enough to say, the pump was accomplished. Great workout, man. Nearly 4 hours deep in this workout, and I bet this is even the typical intensity or length of your workout has. There's some interruption.
And so Larry says they've done well over 1,000 reps. They've been training for over 4 hours. Now, you don't need to train like this. I'm not saying that this is ideal. I'm not saying that you can't do full range of motion. But what I am saying is you need to experiment on yourself. Sample size 1, you. You can read all the science studies that you want to learn about what other people are doing, but then you're going to have to experiment on yourself to see what works best. Do you really think that I would have guessed that training my entire body twice a week would have put on more muscle than my training in my past? But here I am at 50 years of age, racing bikes 6 and 7 days a week. You get the drift, and I'm putting on size. At 50, I thought at 45, hey, every year after this, I'm going to lose probably 1% of my size, probably 1 or 2 pounds of muscle, and by the time I'm 50, I'll probably have 10 pounds less muscle. After all, I am doing a lot of cardio, and so it's to be expected, but I'm getting bigger, stronger. How is this possible? The T-plug stack, Turk, Platinum, and GO2 Max. It works. Is it my fault? Am I lying to you when I say that these 2 products are extremely effective for not only for myself, but many of the tens of thousands of people who are buying it? You can doubt me, you can think I'm a snake oil salesman, you can think anything, but honestly, if you don't believe me, why are you even watching this video right now? Like, if you've gotten this far in the video and you're still watching it, do you really think that I'm a liar? Do you really think that I need to make more tens of millions of dollars? Do I really need to do that? I love making money. I don't need to. But I'm trying to sell you what I do in fact know that works. I'm not lying. I'm not going to minimize what I'm doing. I'm not going to pretend that I'm poor. I'm just telling you the facts, the truth. These are the best supplements in the world. If you don't believe me, you get a money back guarantee and a $20 gift card, and so you can try it risk-free. What do you have to lose? Literally, you buy it, and if you don't like it, all the money you spent on it, you get it back, and on top of that, a $20 gift card. And so what do you have to lose? Literally nothing, but you have 20 to gain.
Thank you so much for tuning in on this class. Brother, you've been the most requested person on my channel for collaboration, and must say, you absolutely exceeded expectations.
Thanks, Smile. Greatly exceeded expectations. What an incredible video. Looking for more content from himself and Larry Beals. Please go give him a follow as well as Larry Beals. Quote, I no longer date for free due to the behavior of men. Now, I understand some women, they charge to take people out on a date, the escorts and so on, but most of those girls are actually somewhat attractive. Some would say they're even hot. How many people would spend $1,000 in order to date a Ford? Every man who can afford $1,000 to go on a date with this girl would go on a date with this girl. And so, here's the problem. She says, due to the behaviors of men. Now, whose fault is this? Hers or the men? And so, this is what I think is going on. She requires a $1,000 deposit because as soon as the guy goes on a date and looks at her, he's thinking, yep, check please, I'm out. And so she's sick and tired of men losing her. They're thinking, oh, you're a professional tennis player. You probably are smoking hot. Swerving to the left, swerving to the right, only it didn't work for her. That's right. Need you to come and give her a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. How is she doing?
I just think it's like she's in the middle of a max there and she's not really like smiling for the camera. She wasn't ready. Okay, she wasn't ready for the photo.
I gave her 4 points because she's fit. She's not fat.
She's fit, yeah. I'm not going to give her an actual rating, but I see your point.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I do believe that most men with enough money to pay for this date would be embarrassed to be on a date with this woman. And so, it should be the other way. Look, I'll go on a date, but you have to deposit $1,000 to get with me. And most men are thinking for $1,000. This is it. Looking like Shannon Sharp. She said, stopping wasting her time. I love that for her. When somebody says, I love that for her, this is a coping mechanism. They know that it's stupid, moronic. They would never do it for themselves. I love that for you. I love that for her. I love that for you. Notice, she would never do it. You can read between the lines. The women that agree got baby daddies that still read with their fingers. Escorts also require deposit for a date. Yeah, I mean, she's literally escorting, and she's had horrible experiences with men, and so why does she think that this comment, that this post is going viral? This is a modern day prost, and then it's an institution, leave it at that. You know what's funny? 90% of the women in these comments supporting this are single. Yeah. Sports, you also like to play tennis? Like, really? The $1,000. That's where you draw the line. I mean, apparently the biggest prerequisite is having $1,000. And how is that gonna filter out the losers? Like, I've been treated by men horribly in the past, so I need $1,000. So guys who do have $1,000, they're all really nice, sweet, gentle human beings. Like, having a rich bank account makes you a nice person? Since when is that true? It's probably the opposite. Most people who are multimillionaires or richer have a certain attitude. They're perhaps giving this money, they think they're better than anyone else, they're cocky, whatever. They're not likely to be nicer to you just because they have more money. And if by nice you mean buying you things, well sure, but what about how do they treat you? I think all four should adopt this behavior. It's got 4 likes, it's way down the list. Bro had 4 likes, I'm gonna like it back. 5 likes now, 5 likes. This is from Bon_American. I think all 4 should adopt this behavior. Yeah, all the zeros, 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. All he has to charge $1,000 because no one wants to date you. Like really, everyone wants to date up. Men will date across, and sometimes they'll date down. You know, they'll perhaps just sexy time and so on. But the problem is women who are 4s, they think that they're 8s, 9s, and 10s. All the women are trying to date up. And so you got 100 men, there's 5 at the top that are very attractive. They're all over 6'2", and they make $600,000 a year, or whatever. They're rich guys. Everyone wants those men. The 1s, the 2s, the 3s, all the way up to the 10. The problem is, there's only 5. There's 100 women trying to get with those 5 men. And so, let's do some quick math. 5 men, 100 women, that's 20 women per man. They were not the best odds, and so unless you're way up there yourself, do you really think that that man is just going to settle for one of you? I mean, perhaps at 3 a.m. on Saturday night with no one to see it, but they're not going to be seen with you in public. And so to put $1,000 deposit, no good-looking, attractive man with millions of dollars is going on a date with you. So that one, and he was probably over 70.
Whatever, yes, bro.
Every billionaire does this. All over 70 or 80, they have like $100 million, and so the women will put up with it. Like, hey, I don't really need a hot man. I'll perhaps fantasize at home with my eyes closed or something, and so they put up with it. I mean, the guy's got $100 million. Some women, they're into that. They don't need it. They're like, why do I need some hot guy? There's other things in life. I want a Hermes bag. Hot guy, Hermes bag, I'm taking Hermes. And probably hot guy on the side. And so for most men, they would rather be the side quest, the side hustle, let that multimillionaire pay for everything. Give her the Hermes bag, and I'm gonna hang out with her at the bar at 3 a.m. while boy is working harder than last time in Jamaica on a business trip or whatever. What's the oldest profession again? Me taking notes. Old lady legend. You go, girl. You go. This is escort talk. Certainly it's refundable. Very transactional, Miss Me. I mean, let's be honest. If you're looking for love, transactions have got to go. You can't just start off on day 1 with a transaction. Hey, you need to pay this, and I will do that. As soon as you do this, it's over. You can't come back from this. If you're paying to transfer money in order to exchange for a date, it's never going to amount to anything. It's going to be surface level. There's going to be always that division of power. Hey, I'm paying for this, you're doing this for me, and so on. And so it ain't gonna work. She's not nearly cute enough to charge anyone for a date. 1,000 sounds like escort service to me. Nothing I see here is worth $1,000 Nothing. If she gets $1,000 deposit, then her date better get all that throat at the end of the night. She best be a throat coach. I mean, the throat of the racket, the face, you better have the butt. You better be getting a little bit of everything for $1,000 with a 4. You better be getting.
Wala, di namin pwedeng gamitin yun. Kundi niya haharapan na sasabihin na ito kasi dati ka to, akin talaga to, at ako mismo nag-prepare niyan. Personal knowledge ko nangyari dyan.
The entire racket. Perhaps bro likes to get pegged, and she's gonna give him the racket. That makes sense for some people. And so, hey, that's what Shorty looks like. She needs to pipe down. Well, what she needs is some pipe. That's what she needs. I feel zero remorse for this girl. She asked for it. Once you start charging men to go on a date, and you think we're just gonna sit back and be like, oh, you think you're so careless?
I'm not attacking a random girl. She literally.
Yeah, I mean, did she do it as a stunt? Listen, men have treated me bad, and so I need to charge them in order to make sure that I don't get treated bad. Oh, so what's next? I have to charge every girl I've ever dated because I got dumped in my past, and you have to pay me $1,000 in case you break my heart? My achy breaky heart? I just don't think you'll understand. And if you break my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think you'll understand. Ooh. Achy breaky heart, 1992, Billy Ray Cyrus. Smiley Ray Cyrus is dead. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think you'll understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I might blow up and kill this man. That's how it goes. We sang along to that. Man, you're a psychopath, 1992. And so, in conclusion, ladies, if you start charging money in order to go on dates with men, you might think, hey, I'm eliminating the losers. But what you're doing is showing to the rest of the world that you are 15% off. Subscribe, click the bell, and comment to boost out like me like watch one of those 2 loops. Hopefully you don't run into any situations like this in your future life. Instead, she does the exact opposite. Now she's in the doctor's office, and she's recovering.